Hello, hello. All right, all right. So we're currently live and direct. We are currently waiting for a call from David and Jesse. This is going to be our Christmas special, if you will. This is going to be over the phone right now. They are this morning. They had I think they didn't run day room this morning. So, but it looks like they ran day room at one. So I'm hoping they run it later on. If they do, then we might be having some video calls coming our way. But you never know. So we'll see. We'll see. Just stay tuned. And right now, for those of you just joining right now, we just started. We're waiting for a call from David, and here it is.
This call is now being
Esta
recorded.
es Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5.
Cinco.
Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello, hello.
Ho, ho, ho. There's some ho-ho-hos. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Hey, what's up, David and Jesse? Man, I didn't see that one coming. Hey, that was a good one. That definitely gave me a good laugh right there.
What's up, though? Merry Christmas, James. Merry Christmas to you, to the loved ones, to the little ones. Merry Christmas to everybody out there, all the Collect Call family.
Yep. I didn't say I was from Santana. I said I was Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Hey, Merry Christmas to you and to David, and also to the CEOs if they happen to be listening to this call right now. Shout out to everyone.
Shout out to the CEOs who actually worked today, showed up so that these guys were able to open up a little bit of program.
Yep.
We've been short-staffed. There was no program this morning, no program yesterday.
Yep.
It's been, yesterday's understandable because they don't get paid, but today I'd definitely be showing up for some OT or some holiday pay. But, definitely.
You know what? I wouldn't show up. I'd rather be at home with my family. As a matter of fact, they asked me if I wanted to work the other day, and I was like, nope, hell nah. I'd rather be at home. I'll figure out pay the bills next time. But today, I'm not going to work. No way, no how.
No way, no how.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. We're like, man, I don't know if it's a good idea to call in on Christmas with James. We're gonna have the missus, She's gonna be on the tablet, like, hey man, leave my vato alone. Leave my vato alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was a little worried about that, but like I said, if
Well,
she
you know
asks,
what?
we're gonna tell her it was you.
Well, you know what? I mean, the good thing about it is that I'm pretty sure my wife, she's holding a lot of that stuff in, so I don't have to hear about it right now. But one day, when she does decide and she blows up, I'll probably hear about it. So, but for the time being, we're safe. But till the next time, till I piss her off, then I'll hear about it. So.
He's saying that right now because she's got a pistol pointed at his head. She's like, you tell him everything's good. You tell him everything's good.
Yeah, so I was thinking right there, he's gonna be sitting there. He's gonna be sitting there on the podcast, kicking back a little microphone in front of him, the Laker jersey on, and he's just gonna hear his spider senses are gonna go off. His little mustache is gonna twitch a little bit, and then a chancla's just gonna catch him in the back of the head. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She's gonna be like, you give so much as a hint of what I'm doing to you right now.
That's when you know it's on the cracking when that first chunk gets thrown. Yep. There's no going back, James.
The only reason she's letting them do the show is because she doesn't want anything to seem like it's a ride.
Yeah, that's her alibi.
Do the show. Yeah, it's her alibi. Do the show or they're gonna know something's up. Do it now. I said, do it now.
Hey, you know what? Right there, what you just described, that's what Felipe's been talking about. I think that's a classic example of domestic violence. I mean, I think I might be in a domestic violence type of situation right now. Now that you put it like that.
Yeah, he's got no room to talk. Like,
yeah, for sure. I domestic violence Felipe every day.
Beat him like he stole something.
Yep. He's the stepchild. He's the stepchild. He gets all the extra love.
we told him this morning. We the first thing he says, "Merry Christmas" over here, and we're like, "What are you trying to do? Get your stuffing stocked?"
Your stuffing stuffed.
Your stocking stuffed.
Yeah.
I mean, your stocking stuffed.
Yeah, you calling over here all lovey-dovey early in the morning. What you trying to do? Get your stocking stuffed?
Yeah. Come on, man. That was funny.
Yeah, I heard.
Household.
Yeah, I heard. Jesse got down. You did your thing with the food. What you serve up today?
Oh yeah. For yesterday, we did it yesterday because yesterday was Felipe's birthday, and it was Christmas Eve. You know, most Hispanic families celebrate Christmas the eve of night, and so we figured we actually got. I made tamales, but the homie made some burritos that knocked my socks fire, super fire. But I made some big ass tamales for everybody, and shredded beef tamales just with papa and shredded beef. And yeah, it was we went up good actually.
I'm still hungry, honestly.
Yeah, Dave's still hungry.
I've been eating all kinds of stuff today because I ate everything yesterday, so my appetite is like through the roof right now. I ate a bologna sandwich earlier.
Did you?
I did.
You ate the bologna sandwich?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
well, yesterday I took down because I don't have no food today. So we have food in here, but yesterday, like these guys, they saved a little something. Like Jesse, I think he still got a little bit of his tamale left.
Mm-hmm.
Flipper barely ate his tamale earlier today, but me, I took down the burrito and the tamale yesterday. This tamale, like you don't understand, like this thing was
it's like a half a dozen of tamales on the streets.
Yeah, easily. This thing was 13 inches long.
Yeah,
this thing was 13 inches long, and it was girthy.
She was a chunker.
That thing. Yep. So yeah, that thing got taken down. That burrito, man, that burrito was super juicy. Like the dude who cooked the burrito was some dude named Blackie, and this fool, like he was like a wild card. You know, he was somebody that we sent some stuff to him the other day, like about, I don't know, maybe about a month.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
We sent like a bunch of stuff to him for some burritos about a month and a half ago, for one of the boys' birthdays, and man, he did his thing, you know. And Jesse does not give out props lightly when it comes to cooking.
Because I'm usually disappointed by other people's cooking. That's why.
For sure. I had to it took me like about, I don't know, it took me a while to where I picked up my game, but all I do is use his recipes, so it's acceptable. But it's rough cooking in front of Jesse in here. Like he's looking, and I'm ready to pour some seasoning, and I look over at him, and he just shakes his head, you know.
It's like Chef Ramsay in this motherfucker. It's like Hell's Kitchen.
It's like Hell's Kitchen in here. Yeah, this fool this fool's cooked. He sat in here and cooked. He cooked some food one time and sat in here, and I literally saw him throw the bowl away. What the? He's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to eat it. Or he realized that I'll eat anything. So he just puts the bowl up there on my bunk, you know. And so I'll take it down. But yeah, this fool freaking he's. Go ahead.
So you mentioned that you ate that sandwich. Is the meat still green? Is it still mystery meat? Does it still have like those little chunks of like different colored vegetables in it?
Hey, you know what's funny is that I forgot all about that meat until you said something, and I actually like that meat. Oh, thank you very much. The one that had the little green, like
the pepper jack.
It did.
Yeah.
It had something
Pepper
in it.
steak.
Yeah, it had something unidentifiable and green in it.
Yeah.
And that meat right there, I wish we had that compared to what we have now.
Yeah.
This right here, like I'm telling you, leave it. Like I'll leave it up on the. I have like this little bowl with a bunch of like condiments and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
And like I'll put the meat pack there, and it'll be good for like a day and a half. Like literally, like you go and you look at this meat like 2 days later, and it's blown up like Bisto. Like the bag, like you have to literally. No, I'm serious. That shit, man. One time I opened one up, and I didn't realize that it had already like turned, you know.
Mm.
And oh man, that smell! I couldn't get that smell like out of my nose. It was horrible. You know how they're getting us right now?
Oh.
You know how they're getting us right now, James?
No.
They're kidding us with spoiled milk.
Spoiled milk?
Spoiled milk, man. Yeah. I've drinking more spoiled milk in my life in this prison than anywhere anywhere. Like honestly, I've never drank spoiled milk before.
Damn. Hey, you know what?
Right here, I got it.
But hey, when you drink that spoiled milk, doesn't it messes your guts up? No, like are you letting loose throughout the cell and through the prison, or does it mess up your insides? Because I know if I drank that shit, I'll be man. Oh, my wife would be hating life.
Well, I'm not drinking the whole damn thing, James. Like I discover it's spoiled and it ends there.
Oh,
I mean, it doesn't like.
Like damn,
like,
David's rough timing. He's drinking the whole thing. All right, so you're just taking a swig and figuring out it's no bueno.
Well, I want to say that that's beneath me, but Jesse's right here, and he knows that I've taken down a couple questionable milks in the past.
He's like, oh, it's not that bad.
There was a time where I did take a big enough drink, and it was already like, man,
what's done is done.
What's done is
Gotta
done.
go down with the ship.
Yeah, but it wasn't like these ones, you know. It was like, you could tell that there was something a little off about it.
Mm-hmm.
But these ones, it got me 2 times last week. 2 times. Man, I opened that milk, and I had a big old mouthful of freaking pancakes. And I freaking, man, all I wanted was some cold milk, you know, and I filled up my mouth with that shit. It was horrible, man. I almost freaking laid off on the whole table.
Mm.
Yeah, it's one of those, you know, where you just drink it and you can't hold it, you can't hold it in.
And when they do that, is it all the milk, or is it just like certain? You just get, it's like winning the lottery when you get a spoiled one.
It's getting a whole batch.
Well, the thing is, yeah, it's like winning the lottery in a bad way. If you get a good milk, you've won the lottery in a good way. You know, like there's, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot. Like
Yeah.
most of the milk is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like how Jesse said, the whole batch is bad. Some of them survive. Like I went up there and I traded out my milk. I mean, don't let you trade it out. They're not dicks about it.
Yeah.
It's just it kind of puts you in a bad headspace though. When you know, like I said, we don't get milk here like that. We can't just go to the store and buy some milk, you know. So a lot of us go to the chow hall for that ice cold milk in the morning. You know, I it's crazy that milk and a pack of cookies is like, man, you cherish that in prison. Milk and cookies. It's so weird.
Hey, we got some comments right here. I'm going to start reading them off. We got Mad Max 408. He writes, Merry Christmas, David and Jesse. And then on the next line, he wrote, and
Mad
you
Max.
and to you, James, again.
Yeah, I can't forget James. That's cool, Mad Max. Haven't seen you on here for a little bit.
Yep. Send ours. Merry Christmas to you and your family, and hope everything's blessed. Your new year comes up great.
Is that LA Analyst Mad Max?
No.
That's two different things. No.
Yeah.
LA Analyst was some chick.
No. Isn't that wasn't his girl?
M-Star Media. M-Star Media. They're
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Oh, they are
Okay.
an item.
Yeah, they're that. Okay. No, it's just because
They're from Arizona, right?
You guys.
Nah. They're from. So
Mad
Mad
Max
Max is he's from. Come on, man. He's from up north.
Tulare.
And then
Tulare, right? Tulare County.
no, I think San Jose.
Yeah.
I think he's from San Jose. I want to say, but he'll correct me on
Yeah,
there.
408. 408.
I never said he wasn't. That's exactly where my version of Mad Max was.
Okay.
I believe that he was an ex.
I can barely keep track of where I'm from, let alone somebody else.
Yeah,
So
I
not that.
absolutely believe that he was from up there.
No,
Yep,
I don't
that's
think
crazy
he's an
that you
ex.
even remembered that was his old lady.
No, he's not an ex. Remember that came up? He's like,
Yeah.
who said ex?
Yeah.
What?
Is that the same guy?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the same one.
Okay.
Ex? What?
I know my Mad Maxes. I don't know if you know your Mad Maxes.
Obviously not, because you just had his yearbook picture right now. His girlfriend, his high school sweetheart. I don't even remember. But it's hard for me to keep. I remember now that you said something, because I remember they both chimed in a couple times.
Yep.
They were listening together, so that's awesome. Yep.
It's been a little while though.
Hey, so
Been a little while.
he wrote Simone, San Jose, laughing out loud. I'm in SoCal now, so yeah, he's originally from San Jose. He's in the South now, and his
His old lady was from down here.
Yep.
See?
His old lady was from down here. That's right.
She knows. That's what I'm saying.
Man, he came down south. I'm sorry to hear about that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll get at you when I get to Sandho.
Yeah.
I'm leaving the south.
Yeah, we're going the other way.
Yeah, we're going the other way.
You're gonna sit right there with a San Jose Sharks jersey on.
Yeah, I can see if I can stay in the garage.
Yep.
Hey, but hey, isn't San Jose a hotbed? From what I hear, it's hot out there.
No, San Jose's wild. I wouldn't go up there.
I'll be right there, flamed up, kicking back.
Yeah. Yeah, Dave's like, they'll never know the difference. I'll have a frisbee.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Yep. Absolutely.
Hey, I got some more comments.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me read some of them off right here. So we got Christina Medina. She writes, "Merry Christmas, everybody." We also got Top Gun, and he writes, "Saludos desde La Pinta."
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
Man, she always comes at the wrong time, man. Not you, Christina. We're talking about the DTL lady.
Saludos, guest.
Yeah.
And then we have a comment from Raymond Jones, and he writes, "Laughing my ass off." We also got Carlos Maldonado. He's putting little laughing emojis. We got Joe Billings. He writes, "And fresh coffee." Oh yeah, talking about them cookies and milk. Yup. And then let me see.
Absolutely.
He wants to know, did they make fresh fruit roll-ups?
No, but hold on. The phone's about to cut off. I like where this conversation is going. Please.
Okay.
We'll call right back.
All right,
That's
cool.
it, right? It's the end of the call?
Yeah, it's about to cut off. Call back, and I got a few more comments, and then we'll get into those fresh fruit roll-ups, if you will.
Absolutely.
All right, for sure. So right now I'm going to go ahead and finish off reading. I think I've gone through half of the messages. Remember, if you guys have any questions for these gentlemen right here, we got David and Jesse, which are currently located in Centinela State Prison. And let me see, Joe Billings, he asked, what level yard are they on? They're on a level 3. Level 3. All right, and we got M-Star Media that just popped up on YouTube. Merry Christmas, gentlemen. I'll let them know right now when they come on. We're waiting for them to call back. Hey, what's up, Eric Martinez? Feliz Navidad. Buenas tardes. And you know what? I can't be talking like this anymore because my lady, she was like, man, I be hearing you when you're in that room over there. You don't be talking like that in real life. Why are you talking like that for? Why are you trying to sound all cool? I'm like, what? I don't talk like that. I thought I did. Apparently, I don't speak like that. She pulled my covers. She's about to expose me. Let me see.
This call is now being recorded.
Esta es Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
Marlene in the
un
hizzy.
individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged
Global
for this
Telling.
call. Para aceptar esta... Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello.
James.
David. All right, so let me go ahead and read some of these. Oh, so we got, let me see. We got Eric Martinez. He writes, Feliz Navidad. Buenas tardes. We also got M-Star
welcome
Media.
back.
And she writes,
there she is.
Merry Christmas, gentlemen. And then M-Star Media put Mad Max 408. He defected, remember?
I remember. Yeah, that's right.
They sent the woman in there. She's a Judas.
Yep. Hey, yeah, sorry I called you all the analysts.
Hey, they sent La Reina de Sur in there. She pulled him out. He's a defector.
Yep.
It always happens. They always sell out for the woman.
Yep. That's cool.
Man, hey,
I'm glad
it's
you
funny.
guys are here.
I mean, every time they jump in the chat, man, I love it, man. They're always, they're always driving up the comments. So, hey, they definitely make the chat live, if you will. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and continue with some of these. Go ahead.
That's cool though. That they both are able to give the same kind of carilla. So that just means they clearly are match made. You know what I mean? Because you hear the same kind of character coming off of both of them.
No,
which is awesome. You know what I mean? So when you find it like that, despite being from up north, from down south, wherever, it just goes to show when you got your person, you got your person.
That's it. Yeah.
You know.
Hey, I got a funny comment right here. I want to read to you from Cece. Right. And she writes, make queso fresco with that spoiled milk you got going on over there.
With the what?
With that spoiled milk, make some queso fresco.
Oh yeah. I used to make that shit all the time in the county.
People do.
Yeah,
matter of fact,
I used to do it all the time. I used to make cream cheese.
I think I ate yours because you guys were doing it on Blythe a lot.
Yeah.
And it was actually all right.
Yep, I get down on that shit.
Yep. Were you making over there? Was Little G making it? It was you, huh?
Oh, yeah, we save them all in the
Yeah,
back.
I remember.
40, 50 mils, get it right.
Yeah.
When I was in Riverside back in the day when they used to still give us grapefruits and oranges, you could make the cream cheese too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Hey,
But,
you, you know how you guys were talking about carrilla, you know, like you know, it's cool, you know,
Uh-huh.
that they could give each other carrilla. My wife was giving me carrilla this morning because I was like, man, I don't know what else. Oh, because when she talks at work, you know, she be talking like when she talks at work at meetings, it's not like the way she talks to me. So then I was making fun of her, and she's like, "Yeah, well, I hear you when you're on your phone calls. You don't be sounding all cool and stuff when you talk in real life. Like, why you acting like that's not the way you really talk?" And I'm like, "Damn, she just pulled my covers, man. She got me, man, down. Like, how dare she? Like, how did she expect me to talk? You know, when I'm on these calls."
he was
Hey,
like, she's on to us. She's on to us. Get out, it's a bus.
Yep. Hey, there's more than one way to get a chocolate to the back of the head. I mean, most of the time it's you know what I'm saying? Most of the time it's mental. It's a mental chancla. And she got you with one.
She got me. Yeah, she got me on that one right there.
Yeah.
No, but the reality of it is that a lot of times that's who it is. You got different masks for different different places. Like even with the hardest gangster in here, you don't talk like that. Most people don't talk like that unless their mom's just as ratchet as they are. But the truth about it is, like we could be in the streets, stone cold killers and gangbangers and drug dealers and all that. But the second I get in my house, I'm talking totally different, like a straight nerd. And even when I would talk like that, my mom be like, "Well, what'd you say?" I'm like, nothing. You know what I mean? So it's and that's the.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
It's the same thing too. That I was even having this conversation not too long ago with somebody because I cuss a lot and I trip out. Like I even cuss when I don't want to cuss. Like man, when has it gotten so bad that I can't control my tongue sometimes because I don't want to be that person because a lot of people in my family and stuff like that, they don't curse. So it's like, what am I going to do if I get around them? I've been around my sister. She's like a super Cristiana and she doesn't cuss. So I've had to catch myself, and it's like, damn, I'm going to be around these people who don't talk like that, but I've gotten so comfortable in here just talking crazy all the time. When my mom was around, I never had that problem because it was just, for some reason, I always like kept my tongue tamed to a certain extent because I always knew I'd be around my mother or talk to my mom. And since she's been gone for so many years, I've allowed her to get away from me so much that even when I'm around my sister, I'll be like, oh, hold on, what did I say right now? Like I have to catch myself. So usually you put on a different mask with your family and your loved ones than you would in the streets or in different places. It's like when you're at work. Who you are when you're at work is a different person than who you are when you're at home. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta have your professional mask on, sometimes you gotta have your ratchet mask on. It just depends.
It's funny that I have excellent control over my cousin.
Hey guys, we got a request right here from Joe Billings. He wants to join up and be able to talk on come on, are you guys cool with that?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm bringing him in.
Billings.
Oh, I was about to bring him on. Hold on, let me send him back the. All right, I was about to hit the accept button, but it went away, so I sent him an invite. So if he accepts it, then he'll pop up. We got Marlene that just popped up on the chat. Hey, Marlene, what's up? How's it going? Team Gary and hashtag Team Gary.
Marlene, Merry Christmas, Marlene. I'm glad you're here.
Yep, Merry Christmas, Marlene. I see her primo out there right now. Him and Roxine were out there in the visiting room. I loaned him my Santa Claus hat so he could take pictures with. Yeah, it was cool.
Man, what's up with Gary? I gotta something went wrong. Yeah, hey Joe. Yeah, I was trying to I was about to hit the accept button, but it went away. Let me I'll send you back another invite.
Who is this again?
Joe Billings from Carson City.
I think
that's cool.
Carson City. That's Nevada or Arizona?
No, I think
I mean
Carson. He's talking about this
Carson. I always do that.
Carson. Okay, Carson. Yeah, L.A.
He's from the city of Carson,
from the harbor area.
Yeah. Yeah. Every once in a while, he'll make us believe that it's in Nevada City, Carson City.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let me see. So before the call went off, he had asked about the fresh fruit roll-ups, and you guys were gonna touch in on that.
Well, yeah, because the only thing that I make is the taffy. I make the taffy, but the fruit roll-ups, I don't know the recipe to that. I don't know if I've heard it before. I want to say that you guys explained it to us before. Somebody told us about that. I don't know if it was Javi or I don't remember, but no, I do not have the recipe for Fruit Loops, but I do want to make some taffy. Huh?
He's gonna have to run us down. I'm always open for a new recipe.
Absolutely. I need to make some damn taffy. That's what I need to do. Tell you right now. So yeah, I don't know if we're waiting for the call to merge, or I don't know what's going on with James here.
I think there was some issues right now. We'll go ahead and put that on the ice right now. Once he gets everything situated, then he could send another request. But yeah, so for the time being,
Cool.
we'll just hold off on that. Oh, you know what? We had some other comments from. Let me see. We had a comment from. Where is it? Chops 805. He wrote, "Merry Christmas, David and the rest of you all." And I think
Hey, Merry Christmas.
I think I'm caught up right
I knew
there.
a guy named I knew a guy from over there from that area. They call himself Chops too.
From the 805?
Around that area. Yeah, I was in Calapat with the guy that went by that. You know. Every once in a while, I've run into a couple Chops throughout the years, you know. But that's cool. The 805 was cool, man. I've always run into like dudes that were real cool from over there in that area. You know, in the system, we meet a lot of people. We cross paths with people from all over, up and down California, and it was always kind of it kind of sucked sometimes that I would meet dudes from like, you know, they would be from like other organizations, you know, like from up north, or guys who are like you know, from different regions and stuff like that in here, and they were cool. I chopped it up with them. I'd have them in an event here and there, and it's crazy because according to prison politics, we're like mortal enemies, you know. I would think like that, like this dude, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this is supposed to be my mortal enemy, but this dude is hella cool. Like, I find no fault with this man. You know, and that's always something. Even if they did something to a person that ran with us, it's like, well, that, you know, almost shouldn't have been running his mouth apparently, you know. But what is that? Does that mean that I should hate the guy? Absolutely not.
I hear Jesse screaming in the background.
Yeah, he's wandered off. He's wandered off right now. So Awa. Yep.
We got a comment from Silk P Maker. He's wishing us Merry Christmas from Vegas.
That's cool, man. Merry Christmas to you and to all Vegas.
Yep, for sure. Vegas looks like Christmas year round.
Does Vegas have a Carson City?
They do have Carson City. They have a prison, Carson City, and they have a city, Carson City.
Well, I know. Also, Vegas has a city of Carson also?
Not Vegas, Nevada. Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
We got
Hey, I told you, James. Go ahead.
We got a comment from Bobos, and they're writing hi.
What's up? How you doing? Hey, I told you, James, that I was locked up in Clark County Detention Center before.
Yeah, I remember that. But you know what? I don't recall how is it that you ended up being incarcerated in Clark County Detention Center.
I got busted on a fugitive warrant, so I absconded. Okay, so after I got busted in Mexico, I came back over to the U.S. and then took off to Vegas, and then I was out there just like hustling and just trying to get by, you know, because I knew I was going to get locked up again, you know, like state parole. Like you can't really run for state parole. Your ticket's going to get pulled one day, you know, and my ticket got pulled in Vegas. So when they took me in there, they put me on the 7th floor, and it was crazy because all my warrants, they were fugitive warrants, so they put me in like it was like a security unit. It wasn't the whole or nothing like that, but it was like it was just like a higher security unit. So there was dudes in there fighting like hot ones and death penalty and stuff like that. And I tripped out on the way it was all set up right there. Like we had to sleep on cots, and Yeah,
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
as opposed to like California prisons, Vegas prison was Vegas, the Clark County Detention Center. It was different. The politics were different right there. So I was still like involved with like my gang ideology and stuff like that. So when I went in there, they put you in front of the unit. So you're in like these cots. You're in all these cots, and they're like army cots. So you just got to stay there for like, I don't know, a couple of days, maybe like a week or something. I didn't stay out there that long, maybe 72 hours or something like that. So you sleep on these cots, and they got a TV out there. And I tripped out that, because I'm from California, so a lot of dudes when we come in, we make sure like when we're getting locked up, 9 times out of 10 we're gonna have something on us, So I did. So I brought in something. So I brought in some weed. So I figured, well, I'm just gonna get my hygiene and get shit like that, get everything I need. So right off the bat, I'm the only one at the cots with the whole freaking. I'm the only one at the cots with like a whole, like the whole underneath my cot is full of store already.
So like he came in with his laundry basket.
Yeah.
I mean, with his grocery basket.
Yeah, I got a grocery basket. I got all kinds of hygiene. I got all kinds of like I got all my stuff like it's hooked up, and people are looking at me like every time they pass by, I got more stuff right there. And then
so they're coming and asking you for stuff.
Yeah, so I'm like they're all comfortable. They're all comfortable in my cot. Like I made an entire life off that cot. And so I remember some dude, right? He was from another race, And California is very racial in the system.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
Everything is like everything is respect, and everything's divided down color lines, in the system. So I remember a guy from another race went up and changed the TV when I was watching it, And so I was up quick and I was on him, It turned. Yeah, I'll tell you about that in a minute.
Okay, all right.
I'll give you a call back. Yeah.
All right, for sure. Oh man, right now, I'm sorry, I just saw your message. I'll go ahead and ask him about the fruit roll-ups. You make something with them. We'll see right now. I'll go ahead and ask them. So hopefully, everybody's, having a good day today, relaxing. Hopefully you're able to not work. And if you are, then, hey, do what I do. Hide. They can't be on you forever unless you work somewhere that they're on you all the time. Let me see. Bobo's, hey, where is he calling? He's calling from Centinela State Prison. Let me see here.
This call is now being recorded.
Esta es Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima. Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello.
At least 2 of them right there.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't take us anywhere, James. You can't take us anywhere in California. So this poor guy, right? This poor guy, like, I'm watching something stupid, too. Like, I'm just sitting there giggling. I'm stoned. I'm freaking eating some sweets, and I'm watching
Maury Povich.
Yeah, I'm watching Maury, yeah. No, I remember I was watching Married with Children. And this fool got up and just changed the channel. And so I was up off the bunk, I was off the little cot. I was up and I squared off with him. And that fool panicked. That fool panicked, like he flew back, and like he genuinely didn't know that he'd done anything wrong, And then so I was kind of chasing him around the little area right there. And then one thing that tripped me out is that over here, the other race would have been out on their feet fast. Like it would have just been on and cracking, like right there, And so, but I noticed that like the guys that were from like that looked like him, they were kind of like, hey man, like we don't want to pause, like it was just the way that they like broke it down was way different. Like it was super bad. Like it was crazy. It was like it was nothing that I had ever seen before. Over here, you do that to those guys, like they'll be on you. Yeah, they'll come quick. So I was a little surprised by that, and so I kind of had to like remind myself like we're not in California. And then after the dude came and talked to me, and he's like, "Hey man," he goes, "You know that they'll charge you. They could charge you with attempted murder over here for fighting, And
The same dude.
Like they gave you some.
Was it the same dude that changed
Yeah,
the TV?
same guy, like,
oh, okay.
The same guy. Like he came over and he was like really scared and he was like apologizing and
He was like, "Just so you know, I will be coming to your trial."
and then it was funny. Yeah.
I'm just here to let you know that if you hit me, I will be.
No, but there was other dudes that were there that were like, "Yeah, man, I would, they call me to testify." Like that's how they were like talking. Like, yeah, that they'll be on the stand and shit. Like it was so weird because you don't ever hear nothing like that. And I was just like,
"Hey man, I'm trying to get out of prison, man. I hope you do something."
Yeah, and then so then there was a dude, right? There was a dude that came up and he had a he had an 18 on him, like a giant 18. And so and then I remember he had teardrop. He had a teardrop going all the way down his cheek, like literally, like he had like
one giant teardrop.
No, it was like a bunch of them. It was a bunch
like
of
a
them,
trail,
like going down, like teardrops.
Yeah,
he got like a trail going down the side of his face, and I always remember that, And then I asked him where he was from, and he said that neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, all right, like at least it's like I told him, oh, you're from over there, you're from LA. And he goes, well, my neighborhood's from LA, And I was like, oh fuck, I heard that before,
Yeah.
And so I was like, I said, all right, cool, like what will you stay over there? He goes, nah. He goes, I've been there before, like when I was younger, And I was like, oh, okay. Like I'm not here to judge nobody or say nothing like that, but I thought
off the top, as soon as I would have seen that hood, I would have known he wasn't from LA.
Yeah, that's what I
just based on.
Yeah, well, because they're all over the place,
Yeah.
And so I kind of like when I seen it though, but I asked him, well, are you at least from this, like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, are you at least running like with our organization, And he was like, yeah, like, yeah, I'm this and that, And I was like, all right. And then he talked to me about that. He's like, hey man, he goes, that was some crazy shit earlier. And I was like, what do you mean that freaking
the high-speed chase?
Yeah, that high-speed chase, that almost fist fight.
Yeah.
He goes, man, but he was like, it was funny because they were like treating me like super different. Like if I had done something like out of the ordinary over here, that's like, I probably would have had problems for the weakness of that incident.
Yeah. They'd have been like, why didn't you catch him?
Yeah. Like you let him go?
You let him go?
Yeah, like something like that, And it's just crazy that so they end up moving me into the pod.
Him and his luggage.
Hey, I'm sure.
Moving me my luggage into the pod.
Hey, I'm sure when you left, everybody was relieved. Like, damn, good thing that monster's out of here. That level 10 guy, that guy was out of control.
Oh no! Oh, they loved me. Like, they loved me. Like, I saw right in. Like, I conform, James. Like, I don't know if you know that about me by now, but I conform. So I go right in there, right? And California, like, we stay to ourselves. Like, we stay to our own. Like, we don't cross cables. Like, there's places where you go, like, you won't see. Maybe now because things have changed, but before, like, when I was doing like my time on the lines and shit like that, there was a direct line, like invisible lines, and you don't cross them. You don't go over to like tables where like the blacks are at and they're doing their thing. Like you don't use their restrooms, you don't use their water fountains, and they don't use yours. It's everything's like you'll kick off if you do that,
Yeah.
And you don't interact with them like that. You don't even want people to see that you're friendly with people that are outside your own whoever you're running with. So it's like over there, the first place they put me with an Asian in the cell, and the Asian dude, he was cool. He was a youngster. He was fighting a gang of time though, and he was hella cool. He gave me the bottom bunk right off the bat. Like he was just.
He probably heard about you. He already knew by the time you came in what you did already. So he was like, "Oh my, I saw you. That's all you, big dog."
Yep, and then so. When I went out, I started the one thing I noticed.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
So I noticed that blacks and Hispanics were like kicking it at the same tables, and that was weird to me. I had never seen that before. So I was like, oh shit, like they're just chilling, And then these were like that dude with the teardrops, and he was comfortable around them. So I asked him about that. He goes, "No, it's different here." He goes, "Nobody trips on that here." And so I was like, "Serio?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, like they're just they're doing their thing, you're doing your thing, and that's just what it is.
That's how it was in Arizona too.
Yeah, and so
even the Mexicans act black over there.
Yeah, oh, do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, these fools just acted like whatever, like they had their own personalities, and even though they were what they were. So, guess how I was after like 2 days, James?
They called him Dave Loke.
Hey.
They called him Dave Loke.
Hey, you're walking around with shower shoes.
Hey, I was already not that, but I was already like banging on the table with them, rapping,
doing
freaking
beats.
I was already doing beats on the table. I was freaking. My pinochle partner was black. Like I was freaking. I was chilling.
He was like, "Hey, I was thinking about moving out this way."
Yeah, I was chilling. I was like, cool. Like this is because I don't have a problem with them. Like I don't have a problem with anybody. But in prison, for survival, I wouldn't do something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not something that's inherent in my soul or nothing. To like be a racist or anything. But in prison, the people who make the rules in here, they are that, and those are people like if you cross those barriers or those boundaries, you could get yourself killed. And so I just kind of like I conformed. But when I had the opportunity to interact, with people that were not, they weren't stuck in my little bubble, I was having a great time, man. I was one step away from getting my hair braided. I was like, I was chilling. I was having a good time, man, and I got to explore like their culture and stuff, and and what was cool too is there was other dudes that were there that were they were from California, and they were from gangs, and they really were too. They were like some of the blacks that were there. They were from California gangs, Southern California gangs, ones that I knew about, and we both talked about they had been to prison over here and everything, and they were legit. They were really from over here, and they were just over there, and they got caught up, So we got to interact with each other, man, and it was like I'll never forget that time. We got to interact like that. We got to like chill and talk, and we were talking about the differences of one guy was actually my pinochle partner over there. And he was a cool ass dude, but I never forgot that.
Hey, and how long did you end up staying there?
29 out of 30 days, man. 29 days, and they had 30 days to come get me, or they were going to release me, and those fuckers came on the 29th day.
They'll do that to you. They're not gonna let you go. Hell nah.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. The only way I don't see them picking you up is if if it was like if you had a parole violation and maybe you were like you had like a detainer by ICE, then I could see them not picking you up. But if you don't have anything like that, oh yeah, they're gonna come cash you out, man. A year violation, what is that like? Back then in those days, what was it like 100,000 per year? They're not gonna let that bag go.
No, yeah, those are the years too, where you're gone. You're doing a year.
Yeah.
Especially for what I was busted for. Like my violation was for being arrested in Mexico by the federal police over there for possession of firearms. Crossing back into the U.S. in another state line into Vegas, like they maxed me out. Yeah, and not only that, I picked up time. As soon as I got back to California, I picked up time, so I ended up doing more time.
Hey, but how was it that you got picked up in Vegas? What did you do?
They came. They had probably at large freaking flyers because somebody told them that I was in Vegas.
Oh shit!
They were keeping an eye on me on the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just came up out of nowhere. That shit fucking surprised the shit out of me. Yeah.
Damn.
Pulled over. There was an officer walking by. I didn't freaking like I didn't say nothing to him. Like he just kind of like walked around and then he asked me for identification. Yeah. And then when they took me in the car, he told me. He's like, look, he showed me my flyer.
Was it at least a good picture?
Bud. Hell no! You see my pictures.
It wasn't the one that looked like you look all disoriented and like you had like
with the shiny lip.
Yeah. I'm always disoriented. Yeah.
Come on, he was in Vegas on the Strip. How do you think he got that shiny lip?
I was putting in work, surviving, James.
Yeah,
surviving.
He was trying to get by. He was trying to catch a ride back home to California. Yeah, he was hitchhiking back to California. I mean, got stuck got caught up in one of them trap houses.
I got trapped in a Vegas trap house.
He got trapped. He got trapped in a brothel.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
The closest thing I got to California was Hotel California.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, it's funny that you say that though, Dave, about as far as like how the dynamics of the politics were over there and stuff, because that's exactly how it was in Arizona when me and Shane got to Arizona over there. And but at the same time, like that's how I felt when I got here to this side. You know what I mean? To right here to
Oh,
to
for
the
sure.
shore.
Yeah.
Because for being conditioned so long to see things one way, and after coming here, it's because you're absolutely right. Like we come from an area where there is hardly any other race. You know what I mean? Like
No, yeah.
it's just all predominantly Mexican, and just
Yep.
you're only around your own kind. Your only real enemies are other gangs. And as far as race, it's like, yeah, you believe your race is superior to everybody, but you don't care one way or the other about the others because they're not really
Relevant, you know.
Yeah, it's not relevant. So
Yeah.
you pick up all this racist ideology and all this stuff in California Youth Authority, in prison, not even in juvenile hall, it's more California Youth Authority in prison,
yeah.
and it just gets so indoctrinated in you that when I got here to see that, it was kind of liberating because it was like, damn, you know what, it's cool because I can socialize. I never realized how much effort it took to realize that I couldn't mess with people, because I remember looking back, like having a porter job with certain other races, you know, and you know, like wanting to engage. Man, this dude seems all right. He seems pretty cool, you know. But something in the back of my mind was like, there's something wrong with him. That's just the way I was indoctrinated and conditioned to believe that, like, that's, you know, there was something wrong with him. And so, like, getting over here, it was like to see people interacting. At first, it was just kind of like, hold on, man. Like, what? Honestly, to even see people walking through the day room was a culture shock for me.
Yeah,
Because,
because
you
they
know,
don't cross that.
yeah, you know, on the main line, you walk around the outsides of the day room
Yep.
because you don't want to walk through the wrong person's tables, the wrong person's side of the day room. And so, like, to see people walking around for me was like, man, why is this damn day room so damn cool? Why aren't all these people walking around the stairs, you know? And it's just it was kind of a trip to see people engaging with other races and see people playing sports and stuff like that. And after a little bit, though, I started to realize that it was kind of liberating because you didn't have to watch who you were messing with. You didn't have to, you know, like in that sense, you know, and to be able to stop compartmentalizing human beings because of race or gang structure. It was kind of a cool feeling, you know. And the guy was just, you know, we both know, like, some of our best friends are other races.
Yes,
because,
it's true.
You know, and it's cool because you just get to build a community based on humanity, not race, not gang, not faction, not, you know, location. And so, but I know what you're talking about. Like, see,
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
going into those jails when you're in another state and being like, man, like, hold on, what's going on here? Like, why are things, you know, like this? Because over here in California, things are the way they are, and people are conditioned to go. Like, even over there, what was a trip is, like in Arizona, is even the North and the South stuck together in California against the guys from that state. You know, it was a trip.
James, gonna go ahead and cut off right now.
Yeah,
We'll
be waiting. And I also got a comment or a question from Mad Max 48. He wants to know how you guys ended up being cellies. Did you guys request to be put together, or was it by accident, or how'd you guys end up being?
Oh, it was definitely a request, but no, we'll get to it in a minute.
All right, for sure.
Call back right now.
All right, cool. All right. So let me see. Hey, Maribel, right now when they call back right now, go ahead and read off the text message right there. Nino Johnson just sent you a text. He's in California. Let me see right here. Let me check. I'm checking right here on this other phone right here to check. So I only see for Nino. I don't see any. I didn't get any messages from Nino. I got one from OC Mamas, 1970. On this, that's the same person, but I'm not sure. Check it out.
This call is now being
Esta es
recorded.
Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello. Hey, so I want to read.
Yep.
Yeah.
right now, before we start, I want to read out some of these comments here. We got a comment from Maribel Vasquez, and she writes, "Hello, James. Merry Christmas to you and to the guys from Centinela and everyone."
Hey, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas
Thank you.
to you and your family. Thanks for being here.
Yep. Thank
For
you.
spending Christmas with us.
Yep.
You guys are our family now, the Collect Call family.
Yep, it's true.
There
What
it
else you
is.
got for us, Jay?
And then let me see. Okay, so the question that Mad Mac had asked, he had wrote, "Hey, I want to know if they just happen to be put in the cell together, or if they moved in with each other by choice." And then he also wrote David and Jesse, of course. And then let me see. And then he also wrote, they almost always do when they extradite. I guess pick you up. They want their money. And then those flat violations hurt, bro. He says, I've been extradited all over. I've been extradited all over, or sorry, I've been extradited all across the country and never on a plane. And then he also said, bro, I went to the joint in North Carolina and all the races mixed. Africanos eating at the same table as the Gabas. It tripped me out at first. I was like, what's wrong with these people?
Yeah, it's crazy.
The truth about it is, what's wrong with us?
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's normal. What we do is not normal, but you're right. It does feel weird, like, when you see that. You're like, hold on, man, isn't that dude worried about eating right there?
Yeah, no, it's true. Yep.
First of all, what happened was Dave came up to me on the yard, and he's like, I'm with child. Are you going to be responsible this time? That's how we ended up moving in together, because I was like, you know what, I'm tired of these anchor babies. I guess I'm going to have to take responsibility for once.
Hey, 9 months later, Felipe was born.
Yeah, 9 months later, here comes Flipper to Don.
Felipe, yeah, he was born in December, Capricorn Felipe.
Yeah. He showed up dragging his other two children in a diaper bag, and he's like, I'm with child, snapping his head back and forth. And he was like, what are you going to do about it? And I'm just like,
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
I was like, who are you talking to? I don't even know you. He's like, what? What about last night? Did that mean nothing to you?
I have a fresh Jesse and double-line cursive on behind my neck tattoo.
He already had my name and the child's name tag on his back.
No, I'm sorry. We take a turn, man. We take it too quick. So, yeah, I just looked to jump in, looking for my on-ramp. No, so... I still got the bubble gum. I was chewing, freaking stuck to the wall.
Yeah.
And also
showed up in the tacones with the hoop earrings.
No, I had heard that Jesse was here, but I didn't believe it. Like, a lot of people, because I've been over here longer than he has. So when I was in Calipat, somebody from the area where we came from said, "Hey, did you hear about? They called him by his old gang alias, that he's over there in Centinela." And I was like, I try not to like let people that I don't know who my friends are and stuff like that. So I kind of just shrugged it off. But in the back, like I was like, oh, I don't know, like you never know. And so I kind of left it at that. But in the back of my head, I was like, damn, where did this fool? How the fuck did this fool get to Centinela? Like, I'm still level 4 like a motherfucker, And with all the shit that this fool's been involved in, I'm thinking there's no freaking way he's in Centinela level 3. So that was the first thought that I had. I was like, there's no freaking way he's gonna be up in Kern Valley somewhere if he comes to this side.
Well, it's because we lucked out. Everybody that was 270,
yeah,
we gave them an automatic level 3 override, and everybody that was 180 automatically went to 270.
And the thing is, what a lot of people don't understand is that when you're like super involved and you get validated, you don't get 115s like that. There's not, like, you put in highlights like early on in your career and stuff like that, to do what you do, but you don't stack points like that. If anything, you're in the hole so long and you're involved with all kinds of madness, but as far as actual rule violations, you're not picking them up like that. So your points will reduce, especially the longer you're back there. If you're there for like a decade and stuff like that, your points are going to be dropping and dropping and dropping. Yes, you're going to be getting validation points, and maybe even a RICO indictment, but you're not going to stack up. So in the back of my head, I was thinking that, well, maybe he just came out with freaking no points, and they're not, because a lot of guys, they're coming out of the shoe and they're back there forever, and they're level 2s.
Yep, a lot of the members.
Yeah, they're level 2s because they've been out of direct trouble. You know, so in the back of my head, I was thinking that when they said that, I was like, I just don't. Not only do I not think that he's there, I just don't think he would be level 3 because Jesse was a knucklehead. He was a knucklehead. If he's like, there's only so long. Like even when I came out of the shoe, I was running amok out on the line. I was back in the hole freaking constantly. So I thought about that. Like, nah, he would probably, especially SNY. Like you crossing SNY, there's just people in these yards. You just want to knock the hell out all the time. So
regular.
yeah, it's just a regular thing, where and you don't have anybody to check in with. You're just like, man, that's fool's weird. Knock him out. So
Nobody
yeah,
can tell me otherwise.
nobody tell me otherwise.
You don't have to worry about it starting a big old race, right?
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, it was pandemonium, especially the past years, So when I came over here I had talked to my old cellie, the one that I was over there with. We were both coming over here, and I had told him, I was like, I think my boy's over there. And he kept calling him by his gang name. I don't call Jesse by his gang name. I never have. I've always called him by his first name. Like every once in a while, somebody like if we're talking about like a common thing or something, and I knew that they didn't know him by his real name, I would use his alias. But it was like I kept calling him Jesse. Like, no, Jesse's over there. Like, I'm gonna be good when I get there. I'll just hit up Jesse, And he was like, who the hell is Jesse? And I'm like, I called him by his other name, and he was like, oh, you know him? The fuck, I've been talking about him since I found out that I was endorsed to Centinela.
Yeah, that's what he would tell me too.
Yeah, it's so. I get here and I'm listening, right? Because you don't really want to come to a yard and like I don't want to put him out there. I don't want to do nothing. So I got to find out if he's even here. So the first thing you don't want to do when you come to a yard is start asking about somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to be like, oh, so and so there, so and so, because look. For one, if he doesn't know it's me, he's going to be like, well, who's this motherfucker over here in this building asking about me, He's going to be on the defensive a little bit. So I want to find out if he's even here before I even let him know, hey, it's me, tell him it's me, And so right away I'm listening because I got pretty big ears, so I pick up everything. And
he's hearing things in one block?
Yeah, I'm hearing things in a whole other building, I got my ear to the wall like a freaking, what do you call them, the subatomic mics? Something.
Yeah.
What do you call them?
Yeah, subatomic mic.
Yeah. So parabolic, what are they called? It's gonna drive me bonkers now. Anyway, so you guys know what I mean. So I'm listening, right? Listening, and then I hear his old alias. They're calling him that, right? And I finally asked somebody, hey, is that's also from this neighborhood, And they're like, yeah. And I was like, all right, let them know I'm here. So they let him know I'm here, and then Jesse, he didn't have a cellie at that time, and I was in another building, and right off the bat, he sent me because look, we both know each other from the past. We both know the bullshit that we were both involved in. And that doesn't stop once you cross into this environment. We both know that. So he heard that I was doing good because guys had come from Calipat. I hadn't heard anything about his program other than what I was hearing when I first got here, So he sent me a kite, just basically basically like, I want you to come over here, I want you to move in, I'll get you moved in the next day, and that just this is what it is, with my recovery and stuff like that. And I was happy though. That was one of the most I was very relieved by that. And so, like I said, I knew who he was as a gangster, so it wasn't hard to figure out who he'd be in his recovery. And so go ahead.
Hey, David, just wanted to throw this in here. We just had Thumper pop into the chat. She writes, Merry Christmas. Hello, James. Merry Christmas, Queen. So I just wanted to throw that out too. I mean, Merry Christmas to everyone.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. I appreciate that. Yeah, so that's what happened. So the officers they know that this is these cells are small. So they know that. So 9 times out of 10, they'll leave you by yourself, but you're gonna, like R&R, they'll send somebody in the cell, They'll just, somebody rolls up on the bus and you have an open cell. It's kind of like the lottery, So you can get pretty much anybody. So they're willing to accommodate a cell move. So that's what they did, They found out that we were compatible and they moved me over here. That's how that happened.
Hey, Mad Max wrote, let me see, absolutely Absolutely right, you guys. We are the ones who got it wrong. California is so liberal and progressive on the outside, but in the joint, it's almost more cutthroat politically and racially.
Oh, 100%. Even regionally, it's divided like all kinds of like. There's just invisible líneas everywhere, and it's very sad. It's very sad to think that like right now I hang out with people and I'm surprised they tell me that they're from up north. I hang out with a few dudes that are from up there, do some Sac and Frisco, and I would have never known the difference. These dudes are hella cool. There's nothing different about us other than like there's some like some of the stuff they're into, like sports teams are different, but other than that, cool ass dudes, man. And I don't want people to be just like me.
No, that's what I like the most about
Yeah.
coming over here and being able to hang out with other people. Is like when you really think about it, we were confined to a certain. Everybody in our circles were just like us, and we're here. You get a variety of different people and different cultures and different things. It's not as boring.
No, they're cool, and then we're on each other. We're on each other. We talk a lot of shit, man. Like we do. We're like if we talked half the shit that we say, even a quarter of it, you would get canceled off of this freaking podcast in seconds. You would be finished. You would have to.
That's the thing that I'm gonna like. We have to learn to be careful when we get out there.
For sure,
because everybody's so delicate now.
Everybody's all delicate, man.
You'll be offending people left and right.
Like, oh man, we're on your mama jokes and everything.
Yeah, my daughter tells me because my daughter's one of them super liberals. Like she's and it's under that's cool to each their own. And she'd be like she says to Dad, you can't say that, Dad this, Dad that. And at first I would be offended, like, well, hold on, I've lived my life. I can say what the hell I want to say. That's what I call the First Amendment, But then after a little bit, I started thinking about it. Like, come on, And after a while, I started realizing, like, maybe that's true. Like part of my problem is always saying whatever I want to say or doing whatever I want to do. Maybe I should be a little more sensitive to what other people are going through. I don't have to agree with anybody else's perspective, but I definitely can respect it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to impose my thoughts, my beliefs, or my words on other people. And so that was one good thing that I feel like my youngest daughter, taught me.
I think it all falls down to consent with conversation. Like, we're all consenting adults in here, and we don't like. I wouldn't walk up to somebody that was like, let's say there was somebody on the yard, right? And even a transgender or something like that, Like, I wouldn't go up to them and say something to them like I would to Felipe. I would like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't do that. Like, I understand. I wouldn't want to make the person uncomfortable but you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't do that. There's even things that I don't say because out of respect. Like, there's things I would never say. I don't, like, I would never, like me, I wouldn't use like the N-word or nothing like that, like I just think that that's not something that people should be saying to each other, even in joking,
Hey,
like,
David.
So there is a limit. Yeah.
Do you guys still use the C word?
Canteen?
Chirujo.
Chirujo!
I was thinking of all the C words. I was like, how did you know they called me that C word?
I thought you meant
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
Chihuahua.
I was like, you mean Capricorn?
Capricorn, Chirujo, Chihuahua?
No. I what's crazy is I don't hear that in here. Sometimes.
You don't?
Yeah.
You don't really. Nah.
You used to hear it all the time.
Yeah, you don't really hear it in here, but also though, because if there's somebody in here that is gay.
Mm-hmm.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Yeah, call that the purple passion and see what happens.
Yeah, call Felipe that and see what happens. Because people have rights.
Yeah, we'll give you a call back right now.
All right, for sure. Let me see. Let me read some of these comments right here. So let me see. Cano Strange Road 100%. And also I was thing cuz Let me see over here. Let me see here. I gotta read this off right now. When they call back from Desert Queen. Let me see. And M Star wrote the carnal word or the see you next Tuesday.
This call is now being
Esta
recorded.
es Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello.
Hello. What happened?
Hey,
what did we miss?
So let me see here. Let me see here. Where's this at right here? Why? So Desert Queen writes, "Hello, David. Hello, David and Jesse. Merry Christmas." And let me see. She says she'll be waiting for her Christmas gift. What I was laughing at right now was Mad Max 48 wrote, "Chirujo is no bueno nowadays. You can't be using chirujo no more."
Yeah, we get canceled quick.
Yeah, you can't say that. I mean, so yeah, but that's the thing is over here. Remember, I was telling you that dudes get offended in here pretty fast. Like if they don't, like if you don't fuck with them like that, or you're not like you don't got it like that, like them dudes will flight you.
What do you call it? Desert Queen. Desert Queen just wrote, "Chirujo, I just spit my tamale out." And I think they just spit out his spoiled milk.
I just spit my spoiled milk. Yeah, that's funny.
Speaking of tamales, James, what'd you do for Christmas? What did you and your loved ones do for Christmas?
All right,
I know
so
today's Christmas. You guys probably celebrated last night, but what'd your Christmas look like?
man, so we went over to my lady's parents' house, and man, I had the panes con pollos. The suegra made some tamales, and my lady had like a bunch of games she saw on TikTok that we were playing. Man, she had us. There was this one game where you get like you have two people that you got them blindfolded. Each one has a spatula, and then they gotta have like a empty container on top of their head, and they got like I don't know, it was like a minute or two to scoop up these jumbo sized marshmallows, and whoever gets the most marshmallows at the end of that minute, they win a prize. And then another game we were playing was my daughter did that one too. Yeah, she won. She got some little Hot Wheel tattoos. She's right next to me right now. She's like, I played that. And then there was this other game, it's like a card game where you stack up all the cards, and then everybody lines up, and then everybody walks up to the cards, and you blow the cards, and you have to like blow like a few cards over, and whoever gets stuck with the last card is the person that they have to take a drink.
That's cool.
And my daughter
Hey,
lost.
Do you hear interference right now?
Yeah, I hear that. Are you guys charging up the tablet?
Yeah, but it's bad. You can hear pretty good.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's coming in. It's coming in pretty loud.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, so pretty much that's what we
fine.
did. We just ate, had a bunch of games, and then I think like before midnight, they ended up opening up the gifts. My daughter got a gang of gifts, a bunch of toys and clothing and a bunch of stuff, and then we wrapped it up. We I think we were home before midnight, and we finished up opening up the last of the gifts we had here for the baby, and then I was in bed by like 12:30, and then I think my wife walked into the room. Like at 1 o'clock, she was like, "It must be nice." I was over there just sleeping, and she was saying I was half asleep, half awake, and I was like, "Man, I was so much asleep that I didn't even care what she was saying." I was like, "Man, whatever. I'm here. I'm warm. I'm in the sheets. I'll see you in the morning."
Yeah. Come in if you want to get some warm, and but other than that, I'm gone. I can make a little space right here on the side.
Yeah, but I was gone. Yeah,
Don't hog the blanket.
Yeah, I got to. But yeah, no. Overall, like I mean, it was a good Christmas. We spent it with a family, and that's kind of like my wife's tradition. With her family to do that. Those type of things I wasn't used to doing. Growing up, pretty much, whenever like the Christmases and birthdays were coming around, we didn't do anything in the household. It was just like a regular old day. So, when I moved in with my wife, it was something hard for me to do. Like she would bring me cakes, and I didn't want to be part of it, and it was like foreign to me. So it took years for me to like let break down those walls and for it to to be okay with me to do those type of things, which some people might be thinking like, what, like damn, like you're damaged goods. And I guess I am, but so some of those things they were just foreign to me, like I mentioned a moment ago.
That's cool. That's cool. Be able to get
Yeah.
open up to a little bit of that.
No, that's cool. I think I'm gonna have a hard time with it. Like honestly, because I've been far removed from holidays for so long since I was young.
Yeah.
Like we had holidays at my house growing up. We had presents, we had things like that. But I've been gone. I've been in the system, man. Like I spent most of my teenage years all locked up, and I came to prison at 18. And I'm just I don't celebrate Christmas personally either. But I know
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
I know my family celebrates Christmas and stuff, so I try to like I'm not opposed to it. I'm just not, I told you I'm not a Christian, but I know that a lot of my family and stuff are, so I'm very like I still want them to have that experience, I want them to have that experience. I want to make sure that they can, just because my beliefs are different doesn't mean that theirs are not validated or anything, So it's going to be a kind of interesting.
Man, show me the tamales. I'm there. Whatever you got going on, shoot him.
No, I eat tamales. I do all that stuff. And trust me, like if you want to buy me a Christmas present, go right ahead. Yeah. Yeah, I never said I don't celebrate presents. It's just, it's just, I guess it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy to think about. I've been thinking about it a little bit more lately. With my family and stuff like that, and their belief system. I just gotta make sure that I don't isolate myself, and I'm not gonna appear like Scrooge or nothing. They give me something, bah humbug. Make it weird, but it's crazy.
Hey, I'm gonna read out some of the
What
comments
about you?
here.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
So we got a comment from Maribel Vasquez, and she writes, "I always have these guys in my prayers, not only them but all the prisoners nationwide." And then we also got a comment from Yenny, and she writes,
Thank you.
"Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas." And let me see
I was
here.
like, I think Yenny has a strong accent.
You know what? Every time I read Merry Christmas, I think about these IDs that I seen from people in the Dominican Republic. There's this dude that they named him. They named them. What was it? 007, James Bond. And then this other girl, they named her Merry Christmas to You. And a few other things, man.
Uh-huh.
The Dominicans, they be having some way out a name. They be naming their children like some way out names. So every time I read Merry Christmas, that's how it translates in my mind.
That's funny.
Let me see, and then we got a comment right here from let me see from Marie 619 SD. She writes, "I have a question. Shoot it." And then she also writes, "Merry Christmas."
Yep. SD, what's up? Yeah, send it. Send a question.
Yep, let's hear it. We're open to questions from 619.
Yep. Yeah, that's what we do.
Hey, but that's a blessing, James. How you said about just being exposed to a different level of unity with your family, in the sense that that's always something that you look forward to each year. Now it's a motivational factor to keep doing what you're doing and stay on the right path, because it's like you see what it is now. You're able to wrap your head around what it really means to be in a family and to be loved and family gatherings and all that stuff. Like you said, most of us grow up, we don't really get exposed to a lot of that. You know what I mean? Like holidays are spent in the street. It's just not the same. And that's kind of like the things I look forward to when I get out. Today it was awesome because I got to go to visit. Fortunately for me, they were able to come up to visit me on Christmas, even when it's busy. A lot of people out there, doing a lot of Hispanic cultures celebrate their Christmas, the Christmas Eve the night before, but still everybody likes to go do their thing with extended family on Christmas Day itself. But I was able to go out there and actually spend the day, coloring ornaments and stuff like that, doing little arts and crafts and stuff like that with my son. So that was cool, And it was crazy because my son was actually falling asleep as soon as he got there. I had to carry his big ass to the...
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
With the ugly Christmas sweater as a pillow and let him sleep right there in the play area for a little bit because he was whooped from being up all night, doing the Christmas thing.
What the hell? He just knocked out right there?
Yeah, he was passed out in the chair. He looked like he was going to fall off the chair. And he's like, hey, I'm going to go to sleep. And like literally 2 seconds, he was gone. I was like, what the? And so he's just like me. I was like, look at him go.
Yep.
And so I just, I ended up lifting him up and taking him to the little play area with the slide is and putting the sweatshirt underneath his head and letting him crash out. It was funny because he's literally laying there like he's on the beach. He's got his arms behind his head and he's got his leg over his knee like that, and he's just sitting there like he's under the sun. And he ended up waking up a little grouchy in a little bit, but then I ended up like getting him over to take pictures and stuff. So it was kind of cool. But it was just fun to be able to spend time with the family out there today and just get away from this place for the Christmas. And so I know what you mean. In that sense, like for us yesterday, like that was our Christmas here. Like making food with the fellas, tamales, and just kind of like celebrating Felipe's birthday and the Christmas all in one little trip. Because before, the reality is, like me and Dave mentioned before, like holidays are just another day. In the past, truth be told, it was just another day, another excuse to party, use drugs and get drunk. Where now it's like it's fellowship. It's like, all right, I may not necessarily get behind the whole ideology surrounding that specific holiday, but it's another reason for fellowship, another day for fellowship instead of an excuse to destroy my life some more through drugs or alcohol or something. Instead it's just like, hey, let's build some camaraderie here. Let's eat. Let's talk about what we're grateful for, thankful for. Let's be glad for another year. I believe I only have one more holiday in here in prison, holiday season. So I'm trying to make the best of these last two here with my brothers, with David and the fellas who are going to be here with me, because I believe that 2025 will be my last holiday in here as far as Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff like that, So I think overall it was pretty cool. Today was cool. Yesterday was cool. We got to hang out and
I think that, and it sucks to say, but I think that I'm extremely institutionalized. And that's always difficult to accept, and to navigate around, and it's hard for my family to navigate it around also. I'm very socially awkward, except for when I'm in prison. That's something like, that's something that I don't think I've ever said before on this podcast. But when I think about the holidays and stuff like that, like I don't know where I belong in that fold. Like I don't know like what to do. I don't know how to interact with people like that. All the happiness and everything that goes on around, like all that stuff makes me uncomfortable. Like I don't know how to. Like I'm more task oriented, which is comes along with being institutionalized. Like I'll help, like if Jesse were to call me up or and be like, hey, because Jesse's a full blown Christmas junkie. Like I can see it, whether he knows it or not. This man, James, he's gonna have like the freaking Chevy Chase fucking Christmas house.
For sure. I'm going in. That's gonna be my excuse.
This fool's gonna have life-size animatronics. Yeah. This fool, yeah, I could see it. Like,
you're going to see me on ABC with Christmas lights wars?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you're going to plug your freaking house in and it's going to short the neighborhood out. Yeah, I could see it. But me, I would have no problem going there to, like, help him set it all up and, like, help my wife set up, like, what she thinks, like the Christmas lights and stuff like that. But I think it's something that I'm just going to have to get used to,
Hey, David, I'm going to give you...
doesn't just...
I want to give you some tips. What I do. All right, this is what you do. All right, you get to you get to your Christmas party, gathering or whatever. You greet everybody. You sit down on the couch. You put some lokes on, and then you just knock out. and then everybody's gonna think that
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
that you're just enjoying the scene, but little do they know is that you're sleeping.
See, I thought you knew me, man. Like, I'll sit on the couch and I'll put some lopes on with some fucking magnifying glasses on the inside room so I can watch everybody closer. See what everybody's up to. Yeah. Yeah, I'm way too fucking socially awkward to fall asleep in a room full of people.
Yeah.
I got way too much trauma.
Hey, you know what? Right now that you say that, go ahead, Jesse.
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say, was there a post on there from Guadalupe?
From Guadalupe, not that I'm. I see one. Oh, you know what? I don't see one from Guadalupe, but I do see one from Marie 619, and I'll read it off to you guys when you guys call back because the line's about to get cut off.
I'll call back right now.
All right, so I'll go ahead and read off your question right now when he calls back, and then I see also you see a comment from El Tigre. I'll read it off shortly. And let me see, Mad Max 4A, right, bro. Christmas is such an amazing time of the year. Ever since I was a kid till now in my 50s, I love it. It sucked in prison, but we made the best of it. Hell yeah, 100%. And that's why yesterday when we were over at my in-laws, I stayed off my phone and I was playing the games. Oh,
Esta
my
es
wife.
This
Global
call is now
Telling.
being
Usted
recorded.
tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5.
5.
Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let me see. I found a question here from a question and a comment. All right, we got a comment from El Tigre 404, and he writes, "Merry Christmas to all the soldados." And then
All right.
we got a question from Zena Marie 619 SD, and she writes, "Merry Christmas," and then she also says, "Like I feel like I'm having him, but then I feel that I'm not being loyal if I leave." So she was in here yesterday. I think what was it? I think I was on with Felipe yesterday, and she was talking about the topic of JPay and Green Dot and PayPal, and those type of payments came up, and then she chimed in saying that her dude would get upset when she would like turn him down, like tell him that she wasn't gonna send him any money, and he would get angry, and then those other people throwing in their 2 cents saying that he was possibly using her and that she should leave him and things of that nature. So I'm not sure if her whole question was maybe like cut off, or maybe she submitted another question and it didn't come up, but it seems like it's only like half of her statement came up on the chat. So if you don't mind, sending your question if something was left out, to get clarification, and maybe they could throw in their 2 cents on what they think.
Well, just from what you said though, right? And as far as her leaving him and stuff like that, that's not for us to say. But the fact of the matter is, if he's asking for things like that, it's not. I'm not going to say he's using her, but he's definitely using.
Yeah.
I tell you right now, that's not nothing positive. And whether you choose to be a part of that, that's your business,
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
If he's getting mad at you because you're not sending him anything, like as far as you're not like sending him the docs and stuff like that, he's probably just angry because of the drugs he's already bought and it's coming down, and he owes somebody. Yeah. There's a little bit of pressure on him,
Yeah. Sometimes they're asking you usually to spend money somewhere else under big ass change.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's more of that questionable integrity.
I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, but if he's asking to send money in any other form than to his books, the reality of it is that Everybody knows what it is. I mean, occasionally they might ask, something. Hey, can you do this? Can you do that? For something that's, that's coming from an honest place. But if it's a regular occurrence, or it's even once a month, twice a month, there's saltiness involved in it. You know what I mean? That's just the truth about it.
Just ask them what it's for.
Yeah.
Like, hey, why? That's not a normal payment. That's usually involved with, for these things. What do you want?
Yeah.
And if he doesn't want to answer it, he wants to give you an attitude. Like, all right, well, go ahead and you can keep that attitude while you're broke. You know what I mean? Because I ain't sending you shit, motherfucker.
Yeah. Now you go explain to the dope man how you're gonna pay your debt.
Yep.
I didn't tell you I was gonna do that for you before you went and got that drugs.
Yeah. You ain't gotta put up with no attitude. You ain't gotta put up with none of that shit. And that's the thing though with any relationship. We've mentioned this before. We did a whole show on relationships, and it's a factor of looks. It's a factor of looks. If you're gonna be with somebody in prison, if you're going to be with somebody out in society, there has to be some guidelines of mutual respect, 100%, or the relationship's not going to work. And that's just what it is. It doesn't matter if the person's in here or out there. It matters if you're not feeling validated and if you're not feeling respected, and doing shit like that, like throwing a freaking, it's probably he's probably asking you for $100 for a quarter. If he asks you for $100, your dude's probably just buying quarters, and he's racking up some doping debts. If he hits you up for $150, at least he's buying a gram.
Money. Yeah, maybe he can make at least money back.
At least he's trying to do something for himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's not all in the sport.
If he's hitting you up for two bills, he's hitting you up for a gram of something else. So like I said, that's what it is. If he's hitting you up for 5, that means he got a deal 3 for 5.
He got a 3 for 5. He better send you that money back.
And you got that money coming back, Yeah, but the fact of the matter is that's what that is. Though, don't be naive. Sometimes dudes stress out in here and whatnot, and they need this and that, and it's what it is. I'm not here to judge nobody. I'm not here to bash nobody, but I'm also not going to sit here. We don't beat around the bush and we don't bullshit, Every single person deserves to be treated with respect and with dignity, no matter if you're with somebody in here or out there. And that right there, that's not respecting that's not respecting you.
So
I can see if he has a. Yeah.
So she ended up. So she wrote a comment when you guys when we were waiting to reconnect, and she wrote, "I want him to leave. I want to leave him, but I feel like I'm not keeping my word of staying loyal to him."
Yeah, see that, and that's not. I understand where you're coming from, because we've painted that bullshit too on people.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is look, it's not about when do you draw the line at your self-respect. It's being loyal. Yeah, you've been loyal by even getting this far with who you're with. If you're thinking about leaving them because of this circumstances, and all you're worried about is not appearing loyal, it doesn't mean that you're not a good woman. All it means is that you're understanding now that you're not getting what you need out of this relationship. He's doing something else, Maybe he should be loyal to you. That don't seem like it, Like me, I see loyalty because I'm married. I'm married. I love the fuck out of my wife. Like, that is my girl. That's my boo right there. And because of that love, there's things that I'm not willing to do to put my girl in uncomfortable circumstances or situations. I won't do it. I show her that I'm loyal because I know I walk away from fights. I show her that I'm loyal because I don't use drugs. Because if I say that I value her and I want to come home to her, then I know that those things will keep me longer from returning back to her. So therefore, I shouldn't be doing those things. Sometimes I get upset, but guess what? My respect for my wife tells me you need to find another way. You need to use coping skills. You need to use coping tools. Don't worry about what any motherfucker in here says about you, because all I care about is being a good man to my wife, 100%. That's why I don't interact with I engage in stuff like when you guys comment on here and stuff like that, and I don't have an issue with that. But I respect my wife. Like, I don't be getting at girls, and I don't do those things because for what? I have everything that I need already. So why do I need more? if I ask my wife for if I was to ask my wife for a PayPal, best believe I'm gonna have to tell her what it's for. 100%, no bullshit. She knows that we don't buy TVs with PayPals. Can't do it. But if you're not getting those things, then maybe you're not in the right relationship. I wasn't how I am now when my wife and I got back together. I was still doing all kinds of bullshit. But we had conversations about the things that I was doing. My justifications for things were prison related, and I respected her enough to have those conversations with her so I can change my course. If I say, well, I'm preparing for a life outside of prison, well, then I should start preparing for that life now while I'm in prison, or I'm not going to make it out there. And also, fact of the matter is my loved ones, my wife and my loved ones, like, they make sure I have stuff in here. They make sure that I don't have to sacrifice my integrity out of survival. They make sure I have things in here. I might not have everything that I would want. I like having shit, I like having brand new stuff, and I like having a locker full of shit, and I like all that stuff, but I'm not willing to sacrifice my integrity and everything that I'm working on to be a better person, to cut corners like that. So she's going to be asking me questions if I hit her up for something like that, and maybe you should start asking them questions. Maybe that conversation could be what he needs to change. I changed for her. I changed for my wife. I do it for myself now, but originally I did it for her. I didn't give a shit about changing. I looked at it like, well, I'm home. I'm institutionalized. I'm comfortable. Like, no, I knew that the things that I was doing were hurting her, and I had to make sure that I didn't hurt this woman who showed me nothing but unconditional love. So I made changes in my life, and now I was able to get my own footing, and now I'm a better person because I like who I am today. I don't want to be that scumbag that I was back then. So those are just conversations that you have to have with yourself. If you want to do that in prison, there's plenty of people in prison that won't treat you like that. There's plenty of dudes in here that will. So you can make a decision.
Hey, David, or Jesse. Yep. I got this other question from Mad Max 408, and he writes, has anyone in there besides the other guys that come on here know about you guys being on YouTube? And if so, what are their thoughts on it? Not that you care if they didn't approve, just curious.
I mean, everybody knows that we're on here because it's just common knowledge on the yard. Staff walk up to us, people walk up to us, those that don't know, and people that be with us. But it's because we stay in our circle, and even I've had guys come up like, hey, you and your settler, you're on the podcast, because the algorithm, it connects to people who have anybody in Centinela. So other people come like, hey, my girls checked out your podcast, or hey, my mom.
That's what I hear. I hear that a lot too.
Yeah, because what it does is it'll ping them or whatever. It'll kind of like fish them.
I like the ones where the guy comes up all sad. Here, my girl says I can't ever go on your podcast.
Yeah.
That shit. Oh, I fucking die when that shit's on there. Whenever they tell me that,
Yeah. No, but everybody knows, and we tell people all the time, like, what is, I've had staff that come in from the outside say that. Yep. I've had the drug counselors, I've had COs, and so it's pretty much common knowledge here, that this is what we're doing, that we're, that we're trying to get a positive message out, we're trying to show people another side of prison, and also we come here just to hang out. Like, this is a pro-social activity for us, where we get to interact with people out there in the real world. You can only do so much prison. You gotta escape from here every now and then through the podcast. But no, they I'm sure there's probably people in on the sidelines too that may be like, look at them fools, look what they're doing, or but like how you said, that their opinion is irrelevant to me. If they're talking shit about this, they're probably talking shit about other things. Anybody that's not still lost in the sauce, they probably have a problem with, and so it's yeah, it is what it is,
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard a couple of times where somebody will say, "Well, oh yeah, my girl says that's a hookup site. That girls be getting at you guys and shit like that." Like, okay, so it takes two to tango. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do have a block feature on my tablet. I'm not saying, oh, well, if you hit me up, I'm just going to block you right off the bat, you know. But the fact of the matter is, you guys know where the line's at. You know, you want to hit me up on some pro-social stuff, and you want to collaborate on something out there, something for good. I'm all for it. My wife knows about that. If there's something else, there's other people for that, you know. Like, I'm not the one. I'm happy, you know. And the fact of the matter is if somebody comes onto a site like this, or they're on the podcast and they're interacting and stuff, and they find their person, hey, that's what it is. Who the hell are we to say anything? That's none of my business. I'm actually happy about it. You know, I heard a story about an old man named TikTok Tito. That's my boy right there. That fool's fucking, man. That fool's my boy. But no, it's what it is, man. You know, it's what you make of it. We choose to come out here and utilize this platform to give a positive message, and we do anything but promote prison. If you guys have questions about prison, we'll answer them 100%. You know, that's what it is. But we're not here to glorify prison.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
Prison's hella weird. This is the last place I would want anybody to be in here. And besides, I don't want you fools in here anyway asking me for sopas all the time. Especially James. I can see him, man. Come over with his mustache, his little coffee cup.
Hey,
You know,
hell nah. Hey, that's out the window. I'll just have my spoon ready, and as soon as I see you guys pop out the spread, vámonos, entrale. Hey, shit, what's up, homie? What's up? Hey, and I'll be ready.
You'll probably have one of them you'll have one of them big old school orange spoons.
That thing will be stained with coffee. Yup. Nah, it's
You got a custom-made one that they made in Volt that has 2 shovels on it.
Felita will be right there picking freaking food out of his brocha like a little monkey.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, I'm gonna. You got another call, James?
yeah, for sure. And I got some comments for you guys. So right now, when they call back, I'll go ahead and read off Lucy Gallegos dos comment, and then also Giggles 619. Let me see right here. Then we got some other comments from Mad Max 408. Respect to you guys for sending a positive message on here. Yup. You know what? Look, and the truth of the matter is this, that if we were promoting negativity and we would have all kinds of crazy, you know, prison stories, my numbers would have been through the roof. But you know, I'm fine with this. You know, it is what it is, and you know, let me connect the call.
This call is now being recorded.
Esta es Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Tel-Link.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we have some comments on here. We got a comment from Lucy Gallegos dos. She writes, "Merry Christmas."
What's up? Merry Christmas, Lucy.
Wow.
My bad. My bad. Lucy Gallegos, yes. Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad. Lucy Gallegos.
Lucy Gallegos. We send ours to Lucy Gallegos.
Yep. All right, what else you got for us?
And then we also got Giggles 619. She writes, "Merry Christmas." And Lucy Gallegos writes, "Thank you."
Giggles. Hey, isn't that was that a name from Miguel Loca, huh?
Yeah, Miguel Loca. La Giggles.
La Giggles.
I know her.
Yep, that's cool. Hey, we talk about prison movies a lot, so don't be offended.
And then we also
I called myself stupid for 30 years, so don't worry about that. Go ahead.
And then we got another comment from Mad Max 408, and he says, "Respect to you guys for sending a positive message here." And what I was saying off the air was the truth of the matter is that if we weren't spreading positivity and we were spreading negativity, our channel would have been being pushed by the algorithm like crazy. We would have had way more bigger numbers
sure.
than. but I'm comfortable with what we're doing. I mean, this is what I wanted to do, and you guys were on board with me. So, it's, I'm happy with it. The people that need to be here, are getting the message, whether it's a wife, mother, and somebody that might be going through this. So, I'm happy. I'm happy with, where we're at. It's a lot bigger than I even imagined, a year ago. So,
and the reality of it is you're just one man. Like I had one of my boys get out there, and I know that the life is a lot harder out there when you're actually working and doing what you got to do and handling your business. But I know he had vision, and I know he got a little distracted because life moves a lot quicker out there than we anticipate. But I think, as some of us get out that have that same kind of vision, it'll be easier to help take the channel, to elevate the channel in the way that we hoping to see it go, because you could, like, being able to get other organizations involved to show the full circle, like being able to connect with people inside, like you're only able to connect with certain people here that are getting out and stuff like that because we're the ones that are here. But I have a bunch of people in here, and when I'm able to maintain contact with them when I get out, and it'll make it easier to show the full circles, to show the interviews and then the full circle, which I know a lot of people want to see that. Not just that, but also to show what it looks like after incarceration. To show what it looks like after incarceration. And I think, like I said, being able to get other people who are a part of this movement, this restorative justice, involved in the channel, I believe that we can get it to blow up. But again, what you're doing so far has been magnificent. It's been awesome. It's been awesome for us and our transformation. It's been awesome to help get the message out. But at the same time, I know that there's still a lot more potential, that we're going to be able to go a lot more. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully life doesn't blindside me, because like I tell David all the time, like I have plans to help you in ways that I think that it would be easier if it wasn't just you out there.
Yeah.
Because then we can network in different ways. I'm going to be in certain circles that you may not be privy to. Sometimes our hands are tied in here, and I'll have people to be able to help me connect with people in other prisons who are going through the same process, who are getting out, who are going through the journey, and that way we can make a full thing out of it. That way, and at least that's how I picture it and imagine it.
Yeah.
Again, I know that can change, getting out there, because maybe it's a lot harder than I anticipate. Time gets a lot more, restricted when you're out there and you're trying to make a living and doing what you got to do and going to school, whatever. But at the same time, I feel that there's always going to be, I believe there's always going to be time. It just depends how bad you want it, and so that, at least that's my plan. That's how I figure, I envision, the people that we connect with, that I plan on connecting when I get out there, bringing them into the fold too, and be like, hey, take this, because I'm hoping to target also a different market. I want to bring other people into this restorative justice,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and then also, there's people once you get affected by the system, man, you're affected. That you're never going to forget that experience. Look at Mad Max. Mad Max was the one I was talking about. I think that was
busted all over.
Yeah, all over the United States and stuff like that. Like that affects it. That affects you, man. The incarceration affected me so much that I was uncomfortable out of society. There was a part of me that, like, I missed my friends in here. These are like, I do have friends. Some people say, well, you can't have friends in prison. Well, I'm sorry, man, you're that kind of person, because that's not me. Like, I do have friends in prison, and when I'm not around them, some of these guys, they will never come home. Like, you guys out of society will never see some of these guys out of society. These are guys that committed crimes when they were young. They're super institutionalized. They got hearts of gold, and they get in their own way sometimes, and that'll probably keep them in here for the rest of their lives. And when I'm not around some of my buddies, like, I miss them. I think about them. If I wanted to be like I don't want to be stuck in here with them anymore, because I know enough. I want to go home.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
But I would love to be able to, like, connect with those individuals, when I get out of here. Have them call in and maybe be their guide for transformation. Maybe be able to help them. I have a friend he's in Mill Creek right now, James, and I grew up with him. I was right there when I got jumped into. I got jumped in when I was 13 years old. I got jumped into like a junior clique of a bigger gang, when I was in junior high school, and he was one of the people that jumped me in. He was only 13 too, and he was there with me, and we were on the same baseball teams growing up. We went to the same like elementary school, junior high school, and stuff like that. And he's doing life without parole right now. He got a 187 at like 20, 22, maybe 21. And I don't know how he's doing. That's why I haven't connected you with him.
Yeah.
We don't want, even though he's a friend of mine, he's like a brother. I've known him forever since I was a kid. But I don't want. We're so protective about what we're doing that even though I would love to connect with him, I haven't spoken to him in over 25 years because I've been in the system too this whole time. We've just been separated by the system, and I didn't know where the hell he was. I tracked him down. I found out how he was. I found out that he was doing some things he wasn't supposed to be doing. As late as 2020, and so I don't know. It's kind of scary, and it's kind of sad, But I would love to like be able to be out there and have a conversation and be like, man, who else is up there? Who's doing this and that in other prisons? We know people in probably every prison in California. Jesse and I'd be surprised if there was a prison in California and we don't know somebody.
Sure.
But it's just a matter of having the resources and stuff to reach out. And plus, I don't want to get in trouble. I'm not trying to do all that. Hey, what is all that noise?
What'd you say?
What the hell? What the hell was that? That's exactly what I said. What was that?
I'm over here. I'm playing Bob the Builder over here. I'm being held hostage right now. My daughter's been having me working on this little play set where we got to put together like this mansion, and we're really on the first level right now.
Cool. The thing too that for like loved ones out there, like you don't know. It's kind of hard for even the person that you're with to really explain, okay, well, what they went through in here. Sometimes it's so hard because even my wife, right? My wife and I, we've been together a long time. I was with my wife out in society. I was with her before I came in. And so, my wife is a very strong woman. And I remember that there was a time where we were out there together, and she could see that I was a little bit awkward, in some instances, And I told her that I don't know, I don't feel comfortable outside of prison, as far as like socially and stuff. I told her that before, and it's kind of crazy that like people don't really understand that. I was a dope dealer. Like I felt perfectly comfortable slinging drugs and gang banging and things like that. But as far as regular interactions with society, like I didn't know how to like me.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
I would never go up to a girl at a bar or nothing like that. I would never do nothing like that. Hell no. I wouldn't even know how to start that conversation. So I kind of like avoided like shit like that, It's very isolating. But that's what I think. Like your loved ones, when they come home, they're gonna come home super like if they don't do any significant time or they don't go through the board process, they're probably gonna come home like super angry, addicted to something stupid like spice. It's just tough that you guys are gonna have to learn to navigate that,
Hey David, I was going through my messages and Chops805 sent me a message, a DM, and he says, "Merry Christmas to you," and tell David Merry Christmas. So I'm assuming it's probably the Chops that you do know.
Maybe if he's from over there,
Yeah,
it's possible. Yeah, that's cool. That was my boy right there. If that's the same one, He had like a I remember he had like he had something on his head, right? Like on his forehead that he got into it with somebody. They got him pretty good right there. But
like a dent.
But nah, the opposite. It was like a bump, like a ball, like a little ball.
I think he might have got it removed.
No, he was. He told me that they actually, because CDCR didn't want to remove it.
Yeah.
If that's the same one, And but that's cool though, man. Yeah, I don't think he was in a life or nothing like that. So that's cool that he's, if that's him, he's going home. But even if it's not him, that's cool that even like that Chops is right there, just posted, posted, thriving, being positive, celebrating Christmas. Like that's a win right there. A lot of people ain't got that. They're so caught up in their own bullshit. They sure as hell ain't gonna be on no TikTok or YouTube. They're gonna be out there smoked out in the freaking trap house. Right there next to Vegas Dave.
Next to Vegas Dave and the cot.
Dave Passion.
Oh shit.
Capricorn Dave.
Capricorn Dave. Dave's like Capricorn. I go by Dave the Virgo. That's gonna be my new name.
So what do you guys do you guys
Come in this?
do you guys think you're gonna be having day room tonight?
I think so. It's looking good.
So.
Yeah, it's looking good. They opened program when Third Watch came in.
They haven't brought the food carts in yet.
I thought I heard it earlier.
Did you?
I'm gonna look real quick. Yeah, I thought. Why you want us to call up and say fuel?
If you want, we could split it up because if they do open it up, I'm gonna have what do you call it? Felipe come on at 7, and then if you guys want to jump on 8, that'll be cool. You guys can make an appearance.
I wouldn't mind making an appearance at 8 if the thing is open.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind. I would do it for you guys. But yeah. Hey, so I have a question. I got a question to ask you. This is an honest question since I'm going to be on the video call, right?
yeah.
And this is, and I don't want Mad Max laughing. I don't want him laughing, right?
Uh-huh.
But I think that I've officially crossed into being metrosexual because I hit my eyebrows with a number 2 clip.
Oh no! Oh no!
I did it, Jess.
That's where it all starts.
I had this eyebrow. I had this little, I got these big old eyebrows. You know what I mean? These things are up there. And so I had this little eyebrow that was all twisted in a weird direction. And no matter what I did, I couldn't get this thing out. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. So I got the clippers and I ran it across the eyebrows. What's the damage here?
Is that why I can see no facial expression on you right now?
I need to know the damage.
Hey,
what am I in for?
Hey Jesse,
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
you got a Sharpie around
What's
there?
up?
Yeah.
We have to do some damage
Hey,
control.
That's a good idea. Matter of fact, I do. Well, I got to make sure I look right. You know what I mean? When I go in and do the video call at 8 o'clock, I got to be presentable. You know what I mean? What about, am I too old to put those little lines through my eyebrows now? Since I'm already messing with them?
Yeah, that's gonna be, you're gonna have hair.
Hey, you want to do another call, James, or is this about it?
Let's wrap it up. I gotta go eat. My lady made some food, but if you want to call back and give your shout outs, we could do that.
Yep.
All right,
Absolutely.
for sure.
Absolutely. I'll call back right
cool. All right. So right now coming up, this is gonna be our departing call, if you will. Hey, once again, I want to go ahead and thank you guys that tuned in. Wish you guys Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So we'll just be waiting here for the call, and we might be doing. Damn, I've used 100 gigs of data on my data plan. Well, good thing it's unlimited. I just got a pop-up from T-Mobile on my phone.
This call is now being
Global
recorded.
Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello.
Hello? Yes,
Yep.
sir.
All right.
Yeah, so, because I'm going to go out there to dinner anyway. I'm going to have to walk all the way to damn Chow Hall. I made a decision. Because it's going to be the Christmas dinner. And like I said, I don't celebrate Christmas, but I celebrate Christmas dinner. I celebrate Christmas presents. So, I think it is. I'm going to become a Festivus.
You're going to become a what?
Festivus for the rest of us, yeah. A Festivus celebrator. You know what I'm talking about? Remember Festivus from Seinfeld?
So whenever there's a
They have
festivity
like a,
going on, you'll be part of it.
No, that's different though. That's festivities. I don't know how to say that. Like Festivus. No, there's a holiday on Seinfeld called Festivus. Instead of a Christmas tree, they got a pole. But instead of my pole, it's gonna be a tamale. It's gonna be a girthy tamale.
Whoa! Hey, this is PG-13 here.
Things went south real quick there.
It was them damn eyebrows.
Yeah, it was
I
when
told
the
you.
second started shaving his eyebrows. I knew things were gonna go bad.
I was it. Yep.
Things were gonna go awry.
Nah, but man, hey, I had a great Christmas with you guys, man. You guys really brightened up my day. I was not in a good mood. My wife brought me out of my bad mood, and you guys really brightened up my day. Weird people in here. That's all I'm gonna say. So, other than that, yeah, I just want to give a special shout out, man, to everybody that spent this Christmas with us, man. You guys made it special. Star Media, Mad Max. You're one of us now. You're one of us now, man. You're gonna have to get a Dodgers jersey.
Don't do it.
Yep. Yeah, everybody that's got loved ones in here.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Be their support. Be their reason. Hold them accountable. You know, it doesn't when things seem like they might be you might be coming to an end of a relationship and stuff like that might be the beginning of somebody's change. You know, sometimes it takes losing the person that you love to really take a look inward. I wasn't willing to lose my wife, and you know, if you're out there with somebody who's struggling, hopefully that he won't be willing to lose you. You know, that'll be that. You know,
Yeah.
but I want to give a shout out to my wife, my beautiful wife, for putting up with all my bullshit and for staying strong this whole time. I will be home. How about you, Jess? What you got?
Yep. Just want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in on Christmas and spending your Christmas day with us. Send our love to all the collect call family.
Yep.
We appreciate everybody who's been with us from the beginning.
Especially Chubby Jessica.
Yep. Especially my Chubby Jessica.
We didn't hear nothing but
Yeah, we didn't hear nothing from her.
Chubby Jessica and that.
No, she's with us in spirit.
Highly offended.
Team Derry, our boy Iceman.
Yep.
SoCal Fish Mayor. Hopefully you'll hear the show later.
Homegirl from the 619. Can't forget her.
Yep. Don't forget her and everybody else who tuned in today. We appreciate your comments, your questions, your compliments, your happy wishes. Send mine to my family. This is another year down. Getting ready to start this 2025 soon, and hopefully this will be the last year we got to be dealing with this prison stuff. But yeah, I send my love to everybody. Thank you. Thank you to you, James, for it's been a great year. I think we've had a good year, you know, rocking out this nation. Everything's been good, and it's definitely been a blessing. You know, definitely got to send mine to your wife for giving you this space, you know, giving us this space.
All the people that are incarcerated in Centinela, the men and women who work here, we do appreciate you. We see it. You guys are role models, whether you know it or not. You know, you're the only real role models we have at all times. we have no other role models, so you guys are our best influence. Especially the OGs, man. The old timers that work here, there's some OGs, man. I can't point them out by name or nothing like that, you know. But there's some OGs right here, man, that really shine a light on this place. And
shit, we got one in our building alone, you know. OG Dario there, he's cool with that.
Yep, there's one that works up front, man. He's got stripes all the way down his arm, man. And that dude right there, man, he's a beacon of light.
Yeah.
Do that, you know. But now we appreciate you guys. We see you. You know, you see us. And that's what it is, you know. You're gonna have to do your thing, James, like a candle in the wind, like a box of chocolate.
Like David said, like candle in the wind. Life's like a candle. Once you blow it out, it's lights out. And with that, we are out. A rato.
A rato.